Welcome, players, to another episode of the Lunch Table Podcast brought to you by Anchor, where we discuss the latest and greatest in entertainment and pop culture. My name is Dylan. Joining me is the man, the myth, the legendary co-host Akram. What's good, bro?
No, you're the legend, man. How's everything? I'm really excited about today's discussion.
I'm great, man. I'm great. Today's episode, we're giving you guys our reaction to the new reveals from EA Play, which just dropped yesterday. Some cool trailers, some hit and misses. Let's take a seat and let's dive into the tea. Akram, EA gave us a glimpse of their latest projects. I honestly was not too blown away, but how did you feel? Did they deliver?
I agree with you. I was expecting a little something. I mean, at the end, we got something, but for the most part, some things were expected, like Apex or a grid game, some indies there. But there wasn't too many games, like when you think about it, during the actual showcase. So,
Maybe like 5 or 6 games in total.
Yeah, I was shocked. I was like, are you guys not? And in Skate, I mean, they did show, because I'm a big Skate fan, they did show a trailer, but that was like after the show. So I was like, I don't know. It's a little underwhelming. How about yourself? What else do you think about it?
I mean, like, they gave us like that pre-show in the beginning, so I guess it was kind of like filler until like the main projects. But yeah, I wasn't too impressed with most of them. I mean, we've already seen some of them from our E3 reaction.
Yeah,
If you guys haven't watched it, check it out. But let's get into it. So they opened up with Gridge Legends from Codemaster. Becky Crossdale, the senior game designer, talked a lot about this game. Very cinematic quality, actually. It feels like I'm watching like a new racing theme series on Netflix or something.
Yeah, I know. And are you even using the same tech that they got going on in the Mandalorian?
Yeah, the stagecraft technology, right?
That's weird. I mean, that's experimental, I believe, I mean, I'm excited for that. I'm not a big fan of like having my car games be story based because I could just watch Fast and Furious. But other than that, it's like, look, I think they have to change up the formula as well, because when you have repetitious games such as FIFA, Madden, or even a car game such as Grid,
Forza, yeah.
Forza, yeah, you got to change it up a little bit in whatever way you can. So I think that this is really thinking outside the box, and also the tech that they're using. I think it might be overkill. So I'm excited to see what's gonna happen next. How about yourself?
Yeah, totally. I agree. I think they definitely have to change it up so that it's not too repetitive from the competition. So yeah, I think the characters are cool. The one dude is from Sex Education
I
on
heard,
Netflix.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a cool actor.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
And
never checked out the show.
yeah, it's a great show. You should watch. Actually, I think the director from that show, she also directed Loki.
Oh really?
Yeah, I
Small
forgot to mention
world.
it in our Loki reaction. But going off topic, but yeah, I mean the technology is there definitely. I think the car variety is cool. They got a lot of different vehicles like drifters, open wheel muscle cars, Aston Martins too. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely a interesting take on it.
Yeah, the graphics looks alright too. Is that releasing for next gen and or I'm sorry, previous gen and new generations of consoles, or just new
I didn't
generation?
get. I feel like we missed that part. I don't know
Or
if they
maybe it's
mentioned
just
it.
not, maybe it there, yeah, because she was being one of the devs there was being quite secretive, I guess. So I think they're
Mm,
still in pre-production for the
probably.
game. So yeah.
I mean, I would imagine if it's coming from EA, it would probably be like a PC or Microsoft thing. So
Mm.
maybe Xbox. I don't know. We'll just have to see.
Mhm.
Moving on to Apex Legends Emergence by Respawn Entertainment. They just released some gameplay footage. The trailer drops next Monday, July 27th. Game drops on August 3rd. How'd you feel about it? Is anyone still playing Apex?
Look, I don't play. I'm not a big fan of battle royales because first I suck, and second I just it's not my type of type of
Yeah.
game. But I
It's
mean,
too close in style to like Overwatch or Fortnite, and that's just not my forte.
yeah, you see, I think Destiny's a pioneer for Ludo shooters. They're the ones who kind of try to, have a more formulated approach to it. And then so Apex, or I would say probably Fortnite, is definitely a pioneer for battle royale. And then Apex it's really interesting, like the lore of it, And Overwatch is basically like, I wish Destiny did some more stuff that like Overwatch does. You know what I mean? So I think that's why they're dipping into more lore. I don't know how I think they have some sort of event that goes into lore here and there, but it's not really like, concrete like here. This is a single player campaign or whatever. So I mean it looks cool. I mean the characters look really cool. Like that's the fun thing watching trailers and seeing each character's different power set. Just like Overwatch. I don't play Overwatch, but I don't know if you played Overwatch before, but
Nah.
I nah.
Like, yeah, I'm not really into battle royales either.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean it looks interesting. I'm really interested to see because I do keep tabs on the game.
Mm.
But I'm really interested to see what's the weather dynamics going to be like, or even the maps that they're going to put in there. How they're going to change up the map. So different things like that. I'm really interested to see.
Yeah, they got a lot going on. I mean, I do like the different, like, power sets they have, like, that one character, Seer, I think his name is, with the Kung Lao hat.
Yeah, I know.
He's got, like, these cool, like so one of his powers is, like, player tracking with the drones. I thought that was really interesting, something you don't see a lot, in battle royales. But, yeah, I think they're trying to go beyond the battle royale feature with the new ranked arenas.
Oh, tell me more about that.
I don't know too much about it. But, yeah, apparently they do, like, global competitions too, they said, the ALGS.
Okay, well so that's probably what that is anyway, something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, but that's the thing. I feel like they're kind of limited sometimes when you're stuck with a battle royale and a free to play battle royale game. I feel like sometimes you're just stuck with what you have, and so it really gets, especially the people at EA. It gets the whole. I don't know this the inertia from it. It's kind of weird too because like how far can you take this? You know what I mean? So that's why I haven't played any battle royale game because I'm just trying to think. Well, I don't know, it kinda reminds me of, like eventually, like, my theory is it'll get to the point where it's like playing a sports game where it's the same each time, but at least here you have some lore, but I
Mhm.
don't know how they're gonna make that crossover. So, the industry is evolving right now, and as you said earlier, they have the AGL or something like that, like rank competition.
Mhm.
Um,
I think they're trying to be more inclusive now with console players because they said the new competitions are gonna host Xbox and PlayStation gamers.
yeah, I
So
hope
I think they're just
so.
trying to widen their market.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, and then the whole thing is with battle royale, if it's free to play, obviously cosmetics are a big, big thing going on, and so the battle pass and what have you. So, um, I'm keeping tabs, but I'm kind of keeping a distance from anything like that. I
Mhm.
know a lot of people do play it, like some people I know, anyways, they play it religiously, but not for me.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard, like, mixed things about it, like, some people said it was a disappointment.
Mm.
I was like
Yeah.
it first intrigued me when I first saw the trailer for the first one. So I don't know, maybe I'll get into it, I don't know. It looks a lot like that vampire game from that one E3 trailer.
What?
I forget the name of it.
Oh, yeah, I forgot the
You know what
name.
I'm
That
talking
thing is
about?
it by Bethesda?
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I even forgot the name
I
of
kept
that. It
thinking
was.
about that the whole time when I was watching it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, and what's up with Titanfall? I just want a single player Titanfall
Dude,
game.
where has Titanfall gone?
I don't
I don't
know.
even know, 'cause I'm kinda disappointed that we didn't get any, like, new releases for that or Star Wars games.
Well, and that's the thing. They started off multiplayer, and then all of a sudden, okay, here's a single player campaign. And again, I suck at like first person shooter. Not well, if it's single player, I rock in my mind. But like when I hit the
Mhm,
multiplayer arena, then all of a sudden I suck. But um, I think there was a rumor that they're working on it, or it was like announced that they're working on it, or so. So it's probably really early in production.
mhm. Yeah, they have a lot of potential for that, so I hope, like, we'll get to see another release, hopefully.
Yeah, me too.
Moving on to ooh, I don't know which one I should talk about first.
Was it indie? It's probably those two indies, right?
Let's get a okay, let me talk about this minor indie for alright, so Knockout City Season 2, Fight at the Movies. Don't really know what that game is, to be honest with you.
I
I've never
seen some.
played it.
I seen some stuff on it. It looks pretty fun. It has a
Is it like a
community, a good
dodgeball
community.
kinda game or something? I don't know how
Something like that. I think it's another battle royale, but it's like an I guess the community is really nice there, and so
mhm,
that's everything. Sometimes games like that, if you have a great community back in it, then it's gonna like live for a long time.
that's true. Yeah, that comes out on July 27th. Play for free up to rank 25, and that'll be for all platforms with crossplay.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
Alright, and then I'm actually excited to talk about this next game, Lost in Random from Zoink and Thunderful. It looks really interesting to be honest. Like I'm like Akram's not really into like indies or third party games.
I gotta get into it. It does look interesting, however.
Yeah, I actually do enjoy like, independent projects. So this actually looks pretty cool. It's made its debut at the Tribeca Game Spotlight, which was also hosted by Summer Game Fest, by the way.
That's amazing too. That's a great
V-
achievement.
Yeah, very awesome to see games viewed in the same creative regard as films nowadays.
Yeah, the industry's evolving.
The plot surrounds two sisters, even and odd, separated by an evil queen in a make believe Tim Burton style land filled with mystery and adventure. So I do like the kind of like gothic noir theme that they going on with the tabletops and everything. It's a cool style.
Yeah, I like the aesthetic a lot, to be honest with you. It's really interesting. I might check it out one day. I don't know.
Mhm. I'm not a fan of
Um,
like the card based thing.
Me
I don't
neither. I hate
know.
that stuff. I'm too stupid with that. So
Yeah. I mean, at that point, like, I think it's cool that they mix like tabletop with digital.
right.
So it has, like, that weird kinda, like, board game vibe, but as a video game, I think that's cool, but that's just not my for me,
Hmm.
honestly. But, I mean, it
Yeah.
does look cool. It's like a dark fantasy, like, kinda, like, similar to, like, Coraline or, like, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah. I mean, again, the aesthetic is really, it keeps it
Yeah.
unique
I
from the
think
rest
that's
of the
what
game.
really makes it stand out is the aesthetic.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
So that'll be, available on PC, console, and Switch. Alright, so do you wanna get into the meat of today?
Boom, 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 boom,
Drum
boom,
roll.
boom, boom, boom. Yeah, Battlefield 2042, and I'm saving my favorite actually for last because I think everyone's favorite is
Yeah, they
last. The
that's why they
Battlefield,
came, but
yeah, Battlefield 2042. New portal mode.
that
You
looked
know,
fucking crazy, dog, when I
That does
saw
look
that
crazy. Yeah, but that reminds me, see, that again, the industry is like well, everything's about trends right now. So it's not a bad thing. I think it's going to be really great for Battlefield players and myself. I'm going to check it out. But that does remind me a lot of Warzone or like you remember long time ago when Black Ops 4 they did the battle royale thing and everything was mixed basically. So that's like the same thing, you know what I mean? And it looks cool. It looks really interesting.
so much customization they're giving us.
That's the thing too. It's like community customization too, and they give you the dev tools to actually like really
Yeah,
hone
the
in.
editor tools, yeah, that they
Yeah.
said not even, like, some of the developers get.
Yeah, that's really great. I can't wait to see. I forgot which other game. Oh, I believe Assassin's Creed tried to dabble into that, but it didn't really go too well. But
Yeah.
with this, I don't know. People and in the modding community too is a funny thing. In the modding community in Battlefield, like is super hilarious. They're notorious for doing some crazy mods. So I can imagine that mixed with the editing tool. We'll see what craziness will come. But yeah, like Battlefield 2, I remember I played a demo a long time ago. That was like one of my favorites. And in Battlefield 3, I actually really enjoyed. So at least we get to see some more of those games. But
Yeah, it's crazy that they're actually bringing all the content from those games into this one, so it's, like, nostalgic.
yeah, I wonder if they're gonna like go because like going way, 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 way back, they did the futuristic Battlefield. I wonder if we're gonna get into that. Which I believe it was called 2040. I think it was just called 2040, 2041. I can't remember because I haven't played that game. But um, I wonder if there's gonna be like a seasonal content drop, or is there gonna be like monthly battle pass? Like I think we need more information on that. But as far as I'm concerned, it looks really great from what we've seen so far. So
Yeah, definitely. New maps, new weapons, a lot of new content coming out. It's like you said, they
yeah,
gotta mix it up a bit. It's kinda like what James Gunn said about superhero movies, like, they kinda just, like, have to keep evolving it so it doesn't stay too dry, you know?
yeah, and when you overdo a trend, right? The trend's gonna slowly die away or dry up because everyone's doing it. So now it gets boring. So I don't really know if this is like throwing the cat in the bag and shaking it and like see what we get. I don't know if it's like that what they're doing. I mean, now I'm thinking the more crazier you do something, especially when you have a big franchise such as Battlefield, I'm thinking maybe that's what they're trying to tackle. It's like let's make this crazy to make this random, and keep everyone on the edge of their seat. So I don't know. It looks exciting. It looks exciting, but I think microtransactions will play a big part, and I think a lot of
Oh,
people aren't gonna
definitely,
like
yeah.
that. EA is gonna be careful though, because what they did with Battlefront. So, um,
Well, that's
But
what I'm
we
thinking, like, because the DICE and EA, so it's like I'm
yeah.
hoping that the sins of the father don't bleed to the son.
I don't think so anymore too, because I think that like that case with Battlefront went to because I did an article one time in a newspaper from my college, and they went to court in Congress. They went to
Oh,
court, and
shit.
so it was like a big deal. So I think they're gonna stay far away from like loot boxes,
That was still
microtransactions.
Battlefield.
However, yeah, yeah, I know. Basically, it's like they probably will stay far away from that issue. But again, that's like every game developer, such as Dice or whatever. That's how they make a living. If everything's gonna be real cheap,
Yeah.
they gotta make a living somehow. They can't do it
Yeah, I
from the
mean,
kindness of
I
their
get
heart.
it. Yeah, they gotta make a profit somehow. I mean, they're putting in the time and effort, so they might as well get compensated for it, but as long as they don't exercise it too much to the point where it's like, you gotta, like, basically, like, pay for every fucking feature that you get now.
Well, yeah, and Call of Duty had that issue. They had some broken weapons, and so some weapons you could buy, and they were actually like too OP. And so it was almost like if you were, it's almost like if it's a pay to win type of game, right? So that's why I'm like hoping that Battlefield doesn't get into that. It's because it's just a glitch. It wasn't like really a fault on their part. It was just a glitch, and it happened. And so now they got pretty screwed for it, and the community was like at an uproar with that. So I hope that they don't get into the same issue. You live and learn, I guess, but a big company such as this, I don't know how many more excuses they could give.
I
So
know, I know. There's only so much leeway we can give 'em.
yeah, exactly. Oh, I'm excited about the last game from EA
Ooh,
Play.
boy, that was a teaser.
I'm excited that the game that made me shit my pants when I was like 13.
We
Uh,
all shat our pants, let's be honest. It
Dead
still
Space.
holds up, oh, man,
It
like,
still holds up, and oh my god, the teaser. Oh, and next gen too. So next gen only. I had this theory that soon we're gonna start getting games that'll say next gen, which makes sense because if you want to take full advantage of global lighting and all of that stuff, like no load screens, what have you, you would approach that market. So, what did you think about the trailer?
for Dead Space?
Yeah, why you gonna say it's not really a trailer?
I mean, it was more of a teaser than a trailer, but let's be honest, but
It was an
I
eerie
mean,
and spooky announcement.
because they didn't really, like, give much. I mean, is this a soft reboot? Is this, like, a sequel? Like, what do you think? What
So
are your predictions?
it is a remake, an absolute remake, and they're touching on core gameplay mechanics, but they're not changing too much. So it isn't like the Mass Effect trilogy. What they're doing is they're not adding more polygons, apparently, quote unquote, from an article I've read from IGN. They are basically going through everything and revamping it and tearing down the
Wow.
walls and putting new ones up. And so the gameplay is still there. It'll still feel like the original Dead Space, but more tweaked for a more modern type of game. So they're doing a lot, especially with lighting. The whole thing about Dead Space is what makes it really scary is the sound effects too. And they're gonna take
Yeah.
advantage of the 3D audio that PlayStation has going on. Like those
Mhm.
headphones are amazing. I tried a Ratchet and Clank, and I was like really shocked with how much they work. And so I can't wait to see this. And just like you can hear some creaking behind you or something like that, and you turn around and it's actually, like one of those alien things. Um,
Anxiety is gonna be, like, skyrocketing.
yeah, basically. And then the lighting, just the textures. Like imagine like seeing so much blood, and it's just like, oh man, the ray tracing.
You go down a hallway and then fucking Miss Minutes is there, just that's like
Yeah, I know it's just a
she,
crossover.
like you're in the loading screen for the lobby and she just jump scares you.
Yeah, basically. I hope not. That's the scariest thing. That'll be horrifying. But yeah, it's amazing. What else? Do you have any other thoughts like of what I just told you right now?
Like I said, man, it's just a teaser, so not much to go on, but, I mean, I'm excited. It's a
I
great
am.
game, still holds up, one of the greatest not only the greatest horror game, but one of the greatest games of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. And I
So,
hope they get to Dead Space 2. Maybe they're gonna like Dead Space 3 was ass because the
yeah, Dead
microtransactions
Space
and stuff
3 was
like
a
that.
disappointment, yeah.
Yeah, Dead Space 2 was aight. It had the familiarity of Dead Space 1 and what we love, but Dead Space 2 took it to like a new level that we didn't want. So
Mhm.
my hope is this is a remake, but you can also reboot the franchise.
Mhm.
Because we need some more horror games. Who's like taking this? This because back then we had so many horror games. Now, like what? Resident Evil, okay, and what else? Like I can't really think of many. So,
Not at the
um,
top of my head, but yeah, Resident Evil was like a big one back then.
yeah. So let's get more. Let's bring.
Mhm.
And this is such a blockbuster
Bring the
of a
genre
game as
back.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Like, what's that game called again? I can't think of it at the top of my head. The one where the city's burning underground.
I feel like I should know this.
Yeah, damn. Silent Hills. Silent
That's
Hills,
yeah.
they're not, like, touching it, basically. Everyone thought that there would be a sequel or a
Mhm.
reboot. They're not touching it. This game reminds me so much of that just because the aesthetic of the rustiness, right? Not just because of that alone, right? But, it's such a unique take on a futuristic setting, and with the lighting. So that's why I'm excited, and I hope that we get more from the development team, in regards to making future, renditions of Dead Space, and I really hope
Mhm.
that they take it far, because we need that.
Definitely, definitely good points. I was thinking of, Dead by Daylight. I don't know why.
But I was thinking of
'Cause
something else.
you were
Yeah.
talking about horror games, I was like I mean
I was thinking of something else entirely by accident. I was like,
I
Silent
mean,
Hills.
Alien Isolation also, you could say. I mean, that's a newer game, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that futuristic setting, yeah. I mean,
mhm,
it has that aesthetic, like Star Wars has like such a dirty look to it, even if it's futuristic, and
mhm.
Aliens, yeah, that very analog type of futuristic
There's a new
thing
Alien
where
game coming out too, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, I think
Fire Team,
Fireteam, yeah, that's what I hope it
yeah.
doesn't fall down the path of Colonel Marines, but, I mean, it looks promising.
It looks good, but I think it might be forgettable. Because
Yeah.
it's very like they're like really low key about it, kind of, unfortunately, with the marketing and whatnot.
Mhm.
So, I think it'll have that community more on PC. I don't think really on console it'll have a huge community. Unfortunately, we need a good Aliens game, but I
Yeah.
guess now we got Dead Space, so that's the closest we're gonna get. But I
Sure.
love it though.
Well, that about wraps up our review of EA Play for today. As always, we'd like to thank you for listening to and supporting our channel. If you like this discussion, we also have an E3 and a Summer Game Fest review episode out, so be sure to check it out and follow us for more gaming and movie content. And also be sure to follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, which are linked in the description. So next time, guys, thanks for having lunch with us.
Thanks for watching.